because that's what it is. It's a journey. It's a bike, it's a brand, but it's also a journey. Oh, that's an ad for you.
I can be the one to turn your life around and never let you down. So please, let me hear you say my name.
Hey y'all, welcome to my channel. My name is Nikki. If you are returning, welcome back. If you don't mind, go ahead and smash that thumbs up button. Just let me know that you are interested in this content and you would like to see more like this from me. So you got your Peloton bike ordered, or your treadmill, or whatever at-home fitness equipment that you have ordered in the last couple of months. All of them are on a wait right now, right? And you realize it's gonna be 3 months before I get it. What do I do for the 3 months? Because now you're anxious, you're ready to go, you want to get started with your fitness journey. Well, I'm going to talk to you about a couple of things that I kind of wish I would have officially set my mind to do while I was waiting for my Peloton bike. So let's get into it. Okay, if you have the Peloton itself or any other fitness equipment that comes with the app, usually that will give you access to the app while you wait on your delivery time. I would say go ahead and explore that app. Peloton in particular gives you access to a whole lot of classes, a whole lot of specific workout classes. You do have sleep meditation, regular meditation, what else? Stretching, things like that. So get acclimated with the app. I feel like there's no point in waiting until you get the bike and wasting time fidgeting. Yo, I can't talk today. Fidgeting and fumbling through that before you start learning the ins and outs of the actual app. Now, yes, when you get your bike, you will have a touch screen device attached to your bike and you will access the app through there. It will be a little bit different, but in general you will get the feel of how the app will flow when you use it on your phone. Now granted, you won't have access to your stats and your personal records, but you'll know how to get to things from that point. So that's the first thing you could do. 2, actually start taking classes. Now if you've been working out, you know, I know a lot of people who actually do well, I don't know them, but I see a lot of people that are heavy duty athletes who have this bike. If this is you, this probably doesn't apply to you. But if you're not a heavy duty athlete, and if you're like a lot of us who actually are trying to get in better shape, who haven't been working out much, if at all, especially through the pandemic, then I would strongly recommend that you start working on the following types of classes while you wait for your bike. Number 1, stretching. Flexibility is going to be a big thing, especially in your lower back and your legs. Reason for that being is that there's a lot of pressure that could potentially be put on your lower back if you're not used to cycling. Period, point blank. Then you add on to that, you know, if you already have other issues, stretching is just going to be very important to warm up your muscles, to increase your flexibility, especially in your hip area, because that gets very tight from riding and it could eventually lead over into actual pain if that area is not prepped properly for the pressure and the amount of work that you're going to be putting on it from riding your bike. The other type of workout I would strongly recommend is core. Core. I can't say it enough, core. And there is a core program within the app. If you don't want to take the program, you could just randomly take classes, but the programs tend to build you up to a certain level of ability. So I would recommend I think it's called Crush Your Core. When I first got on the bike, I thought I was going to die. I thought to myself, I got this thing. I'm worn out quickly early on. It feels awkward. I don't feel right. Somebody help me. They done lied to me. The advertising guys done got in my head, and now I have this bike and I probably will not use it long because I feel like death early in the ride. Now that's very dramatic. But one of the things is that they do, when you take a class that's instructed or guided by an instructor, you have certain metrics that they're trying to encourage you to meet. So you have your cadence, which is the speed that you're going, and then you have your basically resistance, right? Which is the level of resistance against the pedal when you push. So a lot of the times you'll be in the saddle, but there'll be times you'll be out of the saddle, which means you'll be standing. In or out, the level of resistance, even if you choose the lower end, is very difficult if you have not been doing one, cardio, and then on top of that, strength for your lower body and all the other stuff. What I found through speaking with other people who have this bike is that core strength is the key component in you being able to meet those metrics. Also a key component in keeping your body healthy, as I mentioned again, the lower back, those hip flexors, all of that stuff. Because you should be really holding your body the core should be the central part of your strength during your workout. And all of those pedaling fast, you know, that pedaling fast to meet your metrics, it shouldn't be a whole lot of this going on, right? And what you want to do is use your core, and you kind of slightly using your upper body just for balance, and your lower body is working the pedals. The less movement you have everywhere else, the better, and you're probably doing it in a better form. It also helps you actually achieve those cadence levels that seem impossible when they get into the hundreds. Well, if you're feeling like it's impossible, a lot of times you're probably using more of your legs and your hips wobbling back and forth to try to catch up to the cadence that you should be at, than you are using your core to stabilize your body and letting your legs do the minimal amount of work, if that makes sense, even when the cadence and the resistance is high. So ab work and core work is going to be critical to you being able to feel like you can meet those metrics. The third thing, as far as workout wise, of course, would be general strength training. I'm not going to go into the depths of that. That's just always good. Anything that can help you with endurance as well is going to be great. But I just wanted to talk about more of the less thought about factors. So stretching, especially lower back, hip flexors, and core work. Another thing that you should do while you're waiting, and if you hear anything in the background, y'all, I have a dog and she's so adorable, but she's psycho. So she's in the crate while I'm filming, or else she would be up here, and she's not small at all. So if you hear that, that's her in her crate wrestling around. Another thing you should do is go ahead and start ordering some of the basics. Don't go crazy ordering your accessories, but you will need, at minimum, if you did not order them with the bike, you will need shoes. I do have a video about accessories. I'm gonna do an updated version of that because I actually have some better recommendations now for you, but you will need bike shoes. If you don't have the Peloton shoes, I would recommend the Shimano cycling shoes. I'll put the link below. And a seat pad, a floor mats, bare minimum. That's your bare minimum needs for on the bike. There's other cool accessories, some things that you know will help you to be more focused while you're on the bike. Like if you know you need to keep your phone close by, you need to go ahead and get a phone mount for your bike, things like that. I'll link the video above, but also just don't go overboard with the extra stuff. Get your shoes, get something for your butt, and get a pad for the flow. That's all you need, but go ahead and get it ahead of time. Another thing that you will want to do in order to prepare yourself for this journey we like to call Peloton, because that's what it is. It's a journey. It's a bike, it's a brand, but it's also a journey. Oh, that's an ad for you. Peloton, I got this recorded. If you use it, I'ma know. It's time-stamped and dated. Another thing that you can do, oh gosh, this one is advice I have not taken yet. So this is good advice, but I am a bad bearer of that advice. Schedule a bike fitting. They don't actually do a fitting. When they come in, they teach you, they show you where the videos are that will help you determine yourself, where your seat height, depth, and handle height should be. But here's the thing, if your settings are wrong, you will pay for it, and you will pay for it in pain, and you could potentially injure yourself. And it's not always like a sharp instant injury that you can feel where you know you hurt yourself right then and there. It's a gradual like wear and tear thing, and then all of a sudden you have constant pain in one side or one joint or your knees or your hips. Schedule a bike fitting. Now you have two ways you can do this. You can do virtual fittings. I think some of the instructors do them. There are different online bike shops that offer them. Those can be kind of pricey. The average price I saw for those is like $125. Yes, so you can do that. But you can also, if you live in a city where there is an actual Peloton showroom, you can make an appointment, and it makes it seem like you're just getting an appointment to buy the bike, but you can call in advance and say, hey, do you all allow people that are already owners to schedule appointments just for fittings? And if that's the case and they accept that, it's free. Okay, I still haven't done mine, and I need to, because I'm having some discomfort, and I'm pretty sure it's because of my settings and me trying to figure them out on my own. My time and my schedule though is really tight, and it's really hard for me to carve time out for things like that. So I do have some of an excuse, but if you do have the time for it, please go ahead and do a bike fitting. Another tip, and I wish I would have been counting like the numbers, but this one is great. Find your crew in advance. So if you have seen my video of going through the app, you have the option to follow hashtags and create groups using hashtags. You can make a new group, you can join one that's already in existence. A lot of the larger groups also have Facebook pages, Instagram pages for you to follow. Facebook is one of the most interactive sites when it comes to these groups, as far as exchanges of information, encouragement, schedules. Hey, I'm hopping on this ride, blah, blah, blah. So I would highly recommend to go on, look for groups that kind of fit the description of who you are, what you're interested in. Find them on Facebook and Instagram if you want, and interact. You learn way more than any video can teach you, that any one other rider can teach you from these groups. I promise you, a lot of the accessories that I learned about, a lot of the hacks that I learned, a lot of the riding tips, a lot of the support that I've gotten through this journey has been through these Facebook groups. I am a ride or die Black Girl Magic Peloton group. Can we give it up? Yes! BBM crew represents. I don't interact with any other groups. I think I've done Peloton nutrition. I have a couple other hashtags, Georgia State, GSU represent, some other things. But as far as like the crew that like keeps me going, it is Black Girl Magic Peloton. I will put their information down here below. I am not an admin. I ain't taking credit for it. I'm just telling you I'm part of that group, and it's fun. It's a blast. But they tell you that you share experiences, you share products that you found, even some non-Peloton related things that people have found. One of the biggest setbacks of this group is my bank account has quite a few unplanned expenses from all of the items that they share in this group, but I love it. But people's journeys, photos, progress pictures, they schedule swarm rides so they can like all get on at the same time. If you ride and you hear them shout out BGM, that is the group. It's Black Girl Magic Peloton Edition. I love the support that I get from these. I love it. I love it. The admins have done a wonderful job. I don't know, you know, most social media groups, especially on Facebook, it feels like they get established, they're good for a minute, and then all chaos breaks loose. This is a safe space in this group. Again, a lot of positive energy. It does not have to be that group for you. I'm just telling you what group I'm in, but these groups are so helpful and vital and beneficial. So while you are waiting for your bike, and during, but go ahead, find your tribe, find the people that match your vibe on social media. It is actually helpful. And I'm not the most, believe it or not, social person in the world. I'm on social media. I'm not the most social person in the world, but they really have helped me through my journey, probably more than they realize. So find your tribe. And the last thing that you should do, and this is intended to be encouraging, but I think it can sound a little bit discouraging. Manage your expectations. You know what I'm saying? I know you want to have the lion heart, jump on the bike, kill it. Yeah, no, you will hurt yourself. Manage your expectations. You will hurt yourself physically, again, unless you're an athlete that's already heavy duty doing marathons, biking, whatever, but you're just transitioning over to this as a way of continuing that journey. But if you are trying to rev up your journey, and if it's new, or if you're kind of out of shape and you're trying to get back into it, manage your expectations, because not only will you hurt your body, you will hurt your pride when you get that bike. I don't like to be doom and gloom. I love to encourage people to have faith and be optimistic, have optimism about what they're about to do, because the mind pushes the body beyond the limits that you are supposed to be able to make. That X factor is your mind. So I want to encourage you to remain positive, but also manage your expectations about what it's going to be like when you first get on that bike. I just hate to see, you know, some people really do get discouraged because they feel like, oh, I'm so out of shape, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to keep doing this. It's totally normal. Like, maybe you don't know this, so I want to be the one to tell you that it being extremely difficult, you being out of breath, you feeling like every pedal after a certain point is a struggle, you feeling like I want to get off this bike, I don't even feel like I can do a 10-minute ride, it's normal. I think 80% of people who jumped on that bike the first time, for the first week, the first 2 weeks, the first month, had that feeling. Get it in your head that you're gonna try your best, and that's it. And every time you take a pedal that you didn't want to take, you're making progress. And every time you jump on a bike when you didn't feel like jumping on, you're making progress. Take victory in the smaller steps, because oh my gosh, the commercials are so inspiring. People's stories who have not completed their journey but have gotten to a certain point in their health journey using a Peloton is so inspiring. And you, in your mind, want to visualize yourself where they are, but realize you got to give your body time to catch up. You do. And it's gonna take some time. And that's what I love about Peloton, is that you have your personal records, right? You have the leaderboard that shows you where you are compared to everyone else. It can be a little intimidating, I'm not gonna lie. But then you have your personal record. So the first time you take a 15-minute ride, it marks you in your progress. It looks at your cadence versus your resistance. It gives you a total output number based on that. And then the next time you take that ride, it measures you against yourself again. And if you get that PR or that personal record badge, you've done better than you did the last time. Aim for that. Aim for beating yourself every time you get on that bike. Or maybe not every time. Aim for beating yourself from 1 month to the next month, or 1 quarter to the next quarter. But just do better than you did the day before, and you will get the most results out of this bike, okay? So that is my recommendations for things to do while you're waiting on your bike. I hope this helped. I will see you guys soon. If you have any other content that you would like to see from me, drop a note in the comments. Please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed, and I will see y'all later. Have a wonderful day. Talk to you later. Bye.
If you let me hear you say my name, my name. If you let me hear you, babe. 'Cause I wonder if you feel